Hi everybody, it's Mr. Sassy, your favorite neighborhood dominatrix. I thought for my second video I would talk a little bit about how I got into what I do, because I get that question a lot. I didn't really know what I was doing, so I guess this could shed a little bit of light, but I think it's kind of a figure it out as you go process, honestly. You just kind of have to see what works for you in your area. So I was working at one of the local toy stores. I probably shouldn't mention it by name for legal reasons, I guess. I don't know. Anyway, I was a saleswoman there, and we had a new hire. This girl started working with us, and we became friends pretty quickly. And she was involved with the local kink community. Now, I had only ever done kinky things in the privacy of my own home or the privacy of somebody else's. But I had no idea that there was this whole, community in just my town, not to mention, the state and I'm sure the country. But, yeah, there's people that just, hang out and be friends with each other and then also do this. And there's parties and all sorts of things that you never realize go on because it's all super underground, but also right under everybody's noses. So anyway, so she filled me in on that, and also, while I was working there, I had to learn about all of the products we sold, and we had a pretty decent BDSM section, so I had to learn what all of the things did. And the more I learned about the stuff, the more I was like, this shit is really cool. I like this a lot. So I started going to events with my friend and, getting to know some of the people in the community. She introduced me to FetLife, and that was a big game changer. If you don't know what FetLife is, it's basically Facebook for kinksters. That's, what people share content, people share events, there's, groups, forums, discussion forums. So it's a really great resource. I've gotten a lot of clients from there. I would say that was kind of where I got my foot in the door and started learning about, how to take it further. So I was learning about things, I was learning about the people, and I was learning that there were people that did this professionally. And that appealed to me a lot because I like a professional setting because you can get paid. I mean, that's pretty cool. But it's kind of easy to keep things at arm's length. And I know a lot of people in the community, I think that's probably why they don't do it. But for me, sometimes things are easier when they're compartmentalized. Not always. I mean, I still go to events and stuff. But I really like doing it as work because then I get to learn just by, being thrown into it. There's a lot of things I never would have learned about, if people hadn't been like, hey, do you do this? I'm like, Google really fast. Yeah, I do that thing. Yeah, I totally do that thing. But, of course I would do a lot of research before I actually had whatever session, because you don't want to go in there just like, hey, I'm going to hit you with this thing, and then, oh, that works out. Because obviously that's not safe. So I always made sure to, ask around or, read up on things before I would try them. But yeah, so I like doing it as work. And pretty much from the beginning I was like, yeah, I want to be in this community, but I really think this could be a good job for me. I was just coming out of a serious relationship, and so I really was ready to try something new, ready to reinvent myself. So I did. I put it out there. I started with FetLife, and then there's lots of pro-doms on FetLife, so it was just like, where do you guys advertise? Backpage. Backpage is the best. And this was, a couple years ago when Backpage was, before Backpage got, completely shut down because sex workers took it over. Sorry guys, we killed Backpage for everyone. But that was really the go-to. That was like 90% of my clientele was coming from there for a good long while. And then I found a site, I think somebody on FetLife recommended to me, called Eros, and then I started advertising on there. So that became my main, place that I was advertising at once Backpage got shut down, because no, we can't have sex workers doing sex work safely online. Oh, no. Stupid government and their back-ass words. Sorry. Tangent. Anyway, so that's kind of how I got into it. I just kind of started doing research and figuring it out, and it was a long time before I could start doing it, 100% of the time as my full income, because it's really hit or miss. You could get one client this week and, 10 next week. You could get none for 2 weeks. That happens. So, I supplement with videos, like clips that I sell online, stuff like that. But yeah, that's how I got into it. I would love to hear, what you guys want to hear about, questions you have for me. I would absolutely love to go through the comments and answer questions about what it's like to be a sex worker, so feel free. And then I think the next video I will try to do a Q&A, unless I have something more important to talk about, which is entirely possible. Until then, stay sassy.